Yes, indeed. Let's talk about some more video games.
So next up, we're going to be talking about The Wild at Heart, an upcoming game from the fine folks at Moonlight Kids. And here to talk to us about the game is Chris Sumsky, programmer and game designer.
Welcome.
Lovely to have you here.
Thanks
Oh,
for
I want to
joining
get in
us.
on that.
Yeah.
Hello.
The Microsoft Theatre awaits you. For those that may not be aware of The Wild at Heart, can you give us an inside look on the plot of the game?
Sure, yeah. You play as Wake, who is a 12-year-old boy who has sort of a troubled home life, and he thinks it's a great idea to run away from home. But he quickly becomes lost and scared and really just wants to go back, but has accidentally stumbled into another world. And
Happens to the best of us.
I know, right? Yeah. So in the process of trying to get back home, he meets the cast of characters that inhabit that world.
Yep.
And you know, kind of gets wrapped up in their story and really trying to help them kind of figure out their problems, and ends up sort of setting his own problems aside for that. So
I mean, yeah, absolutely. All we've seen so far is the menu you're on, and we've just gone into the demo here. And it looks like Wake has a pretty cool item we've heard at some point that's disposable.
Yes.
Can you tell
Yeah,
us a
he
bit about
does.
that?
So I'll pick it up here in a second. The demo starts in this little dream scene just to kind of set up the tone here. But as soon as he wakes up here, he'll pick up what he calls his Gustbuster. It's an invention that he made that is more or less a vacuum cleaner that he made out of like parts he found at home. And you can use it to do all kinds of things. You can vacuum up scrap, which is sort of the currency. I can kind of just like quickly blow through some of this dialogue here to get the gameplay. But
hopefully no one else will do this because
Sure.
it's richly written and it's loved.
Did I see Tea Kettle Weirdo?
You did, yes.
Right.
Is
Before
that guy there with the head?
He's the
Tea
tea
kettle
kettle.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's him.
Yeah, so his name is Scrap Heap, and he's one of the residents of the Deep Woods, which is the world that Wake has found himself in. So,
Okay.
As we push through this, there we go. Here's the Gustbuster.
Yeah, yep.
The art style for this, like, this is gorgeous. You immediately see that from the menu screen. Like, oh, look. So what's influenced you? Projects and artists. What's influenced the art direction?
Sure, yeah. So our artist is Justin Baldwin, and he's influenced by a lot of different things, but if you've heard of the movies like Song of the Sea or Secret of Kells, like that's a huge influence on the art style here, that animation studio. Also Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki and those kind of movies. Yeah, so you can see there I just pulled that log down with the Gustbuster, and now I'm able to cross this bridge. So
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but a little birdie told me that your development team is made up of 10 people?
less than 10 people.
Less than 10
We're
people.
6 total, 4 of us full-time, and then we work with 2 genius audio people who do all the soundscaping and composing and stuff.
So what's the hurdles that you have to face with such a small team to make a game that is sat here with the Xbox stage behind us? What sort of hoops do you have to jump through?
Sure, yeah. So, yeah, we are very small, so, you know, obviously the big hurdle with the small team is just time. Being able to get everything done, and everyone ends up having to wear a lot of different hats, and you have to be able to swap what you're doing pretty quickly just to like be like, oh, this needs to get done, and you know, constantly reprioritizing what's going on, especially with like shows coming around. And
Yeah,
things
sure.
like that.
And so I guess this is a real passion project, and when you do have it and you're able to demo it on these streams like this, it must be really liberating to finally have something that you can show off.
Yeah, it's very exciting when you go from, you know, doing something at home, because we all work from home, so doing something at home and being so close to it for so long, and then you get here and you put it in front of people and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like actually a game. People like it.
I guess on the flip side of having a small team and everybody working so hard to get it done is you can get things done. There must be, you know, so what sort of benefits do you think you get for working with such a close-knit team?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much just nailed it. Like, it's really flexible, and we're really fast and iterative. Like, if we want to change direction on something, we just sort of do it.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, we're a very collaborative team, so even if we need to make a decision that's, you know, like Justin, for example, our artist, like he wants to make maybe an art decision, a change, but we still kind of group up real quick. You know, someone pitches the idea. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do it. And it's like
you don't have
done.
to send an email invite to have a meeting with 10,000 people.
Yeah, we hate meetings.
Yeah. But no, so it's playable at E3 at the moment, right?
It is. It's playable up on the Microsoft Theater stage.
And what's the response been like?
It's been great. It's been pretty much nonstop. People coming through and playing, and yeah.
God, that's got to feel good.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's great. And
Is this the first time people have had hands on it? Is this the first time you've seen people's experience with it?
not the first time. We showed a very early demo at Day of the Devs in November in San Francisco. And that went really well. It was really early. We were only about 2 months in at that point, like full time. So, you're getting attacked. Oh, no. Gotta get out.
I'm sorry, what is that giant oozing frog?
Yeah, he's a bellowog.
Yeah.
If I can't.
That's what I thought he was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, obviously.
I can't attack him directly, but I can.
Can you attack later on in the game? Is that an element that comes in?
So I can use these guys, these little spritelings. If I throw them.
And they go do the dirty work.
Yeah, they'll do it. Yeah, I'll do all that. Wake is boom.
Amazing. And where can people go to find out more about the game?
So we have our Twitter is probably the best place where we put everything first. At @moonlightkids_. So any announcements, any development updates, things like that, we always put it on there. We also have a Facebook, an Instagram. We just opened up our Discord server, so we're on there. We have like an Ask the Devs channel, so people can.
Plenty of places for people to go. Yeah.
And our website, moonlightkids.co, is where all of that is aggregated, so you can find all the links to everything on there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that seamlessness. Very easy to track it.
So you're going to be here as well if anybody's watching for the rest of the day, if anybody's here. And they're actually at E3, last day of E3 as well. Get the game time in.
This bit's quite scary, isn't
You're
it?
still here.
We're still here.
Experiencing it live on the stage, so we'll get more response from people for that.
But yeah, for the folks that who have gotten to try it, wait, no, that's the same question. I was about to ask you about the close-knit thing again.
I'll answer it again. It's pretty great.
You're collecting what? Resources right now? You have 56. That's your units, yeah?
Yeah, so that's the scrap. So the thing about the Deep Woods, the world that you're in, is like it's sort of a place of lost things. So things that are lost from our world end up falling here, like trash and arcade machines and scrap. And so that ends up being the currency of this world. So you can use it to buy upgrades and items and things like that. So, and the spritelings sort of help you collect all kinds of stuff.
Do you get any more than that?
Just now, yeah.
I can see you've got 9 spritelings behind you. Can you grow? Can you change them? Do you lose some?
Yeah, so there's different types of spritelings. These guys are kind of nature-based. They're immune to poison, for example. So I can use them to kind of knock out these poison mushrooms and move past.
Oh, I see.
If I go across this bridge real quick, there's a second type. So these are pebblings.
Oh.
And they're made of rock, so they can do things that the
they just
can't.
go into formation.
Yeah, they just kind of form up, and if I can switch types, and they'll sort of reform like that. Whoop. And so these guys, since they're made of rock, they're like immune to these bees, so they can fight the bees for me.
So there's some strategy and some tactics to it. So if you hadn't got them, I know obviously they were placed there, but you wouldn't be able to go and attack the bees without them.
Exactly. You can't get through these crystals. So
incorporate them in.
Now that I have these guys, I can go get through more of the level, because, like, for example, I can get through these crystals over here. Set them to work on that, and meanwhile, maybe like take some of these resources back to camp.
Are you using different buttons to trigger different helpers there?
I am. I'm using one button just picks them up if they're following me, and I can release it to throw.
Okay. But can you choose which one you get? Can you?
Yep. You can use the bumper button here to tab between them. You can see down in the corner.
Yeah.
Show me which ones.
Oh, I didn't realize they were all individually holding things.
Yeah. So now they have all these resources. I can take them all back to camp here. They'll drop them off.
And there you go. And then what happens at camp when you've got those things? Is there craftable stuff here I can see?
Yeah, so here's all the stuff that we've collected, me and my spritelings. So I can check out, let's see what happens if I do this. I can combine 3 heart fruits together, craft it, boom, heart fruit juice. So
oh, nice.
This is just a simple little health potion that Wake can drink if he's like getting low on
What does the trash make?
Oh, the trash? So you can see I can put 2 together, but so far I don't have everything I need to finish this.
So the recipe's not complete.
The recipe is not complete. So if I had the last bit, I could make a bomb. Spoiler.
We have to stop it there, which is
I
like,
know.
what a place
I
to
want to
end.
find the next bit to make the bomb, but I guess we can't. But a big thank you to you
you,
for coming down and playing with us today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Chris from Moonlight Kids and the Wild at Heart, and we are keeping it wild at heart here at E3. Stick around. It is the final day of the world's biggest gaming event. We got more on the way.